Whoa, having lots of trouble tonight, guys. Welcome to the World of Wrestling Show. Despite the issues, I just went live and I found out I wasn't recording my audio the whole time. But I'm not going to end off on that, guys. I don't want that to be on the channel. I'll quickly erase that past video. We're going to go ahead and jump into Monday Night Raw the right way. Alright, guys, let's do this again. I'm your host, Jake Randy, and you're listening to the World of Wrestling Show. Tonight we are going to talk what happened tonight on Monday Night Raw. We got a little bit more of a clearer image of what we're going to see at Wrestlemania. We started off the show with Alexa Bliss with the Raw Women's Championship as she successfully defended it last night against 5 other women, my bad. And she's your champion here tonight on Monday Night Raw. So we get her coming out with Mickie James, and I guess they're working together, you know. I guess Mickie James is on her side, leading towards WrestleMania. And then we see Asuka interrupt her, as obviously Asuka is the Royal Rumble winner of this year's first ever Women's Royal Rumble. So it's the nail in the coffin for Asuka versus Alexa Bliss heading into WrestleMania. So that is the match we're going to see going to WrestleMania. We're going to see Alexa Bliss defend against Asuka, and what it looks like is Mickie James and Nia Jax are going to be in either Alexa's corner, or they're going to, they're going to help her out heading towards WrestleMania, because maybe WWE feels like it's not a realistic matchup for Alexa Bliss to defend her championship against Asuka. Maybe, they want to make Asuka look strong by defeating not just Alexa Bliss at Mania, but Mickie James in her corner and maybe Nia Jax. I don't know. Let's see where they're heading with this. But they kicked off the show tonight. Of course, Alexa Bliss is going to cut a damn good promo. She started off the show with a pretty decent promo. Then we see Asuka interrupt her, and she says no words, but Alexa Bliss carries the segment and calls out Nia Jax, and she attacks Asuka. They end up all beating up Asuka. Mickie James, Alexa, and Nia beat up Asuka in the middle of the ring. Then we see Sasha and Bayley come out for the save, and they sort of save her, but even them, they start getting beat out. And then we go to a commercial break. We come back from a commercial break, and we see a 6-women tag team match just all of a sudden started between Sasha Banks, Bayley, Asuka versus Mickie James, Alexa, and Nia Jax. So this match goes on, and during this match, the most interesting thing that we see that happens is we find out that Bayley, as Sasha is going for the tag for her partner Bayley, who's sitting there on the apron, or standing there on the apron, standing there on the apron. Sasha goes for the tag. Bayley jumps off the apron. Sort of a heel move, right? But I'm pretty sure this wasn't a heel turn by Bayley. They're going to keep Bayley face. I'm almost 100% positive with that. I could see them turning Sasha heel heading towards Mania. But I don't see Bayley turning heel. I think this was just kind of a Bayley sort of getting back at Sasha for what she did to her at Royal Rumble, eliminating her, and at Elimination Chamber, her turning her back on her over there. So that's what I think that was. But I feel like leading up towards WrestleMania, it looks like we'll see Bayley, Sasha turn heel on Bayley. Then we could possibly get a match between Bayley and Sasha at WrestleMania. So let me know what you guys think about that. I feel like it's a good thing for them, because for one, we're not going to get a huge cluster of women forced in a match at WrestleMania for the championship. It looks like we're finally going to see a singles match at WrestleMania between Asuka and Alexa Bliss, and then we'll probably see, hopefully we'll see Bayley and Sasha tear the house down like they did at TakeOver. Hopefully they get that WrestleMania moment where they can have a sort of match like that, because I'm sure they can do something great. Even if it's not for the title, let's see Bayley and Sasha go at it. Let's see Sasha turn heel finally, because that's where I feel like she's best at. So we could see that. And like I said, tonight, guys, we got a lot of hints of what they're gonna do at WrestleMania. We saw a lot of speculations and rumors kind of either be debunked or come true tonight. So we see Asuka kind of take advantage of the match. She still gets the victory. Of course, Asuka's gonna win this. Asuka will not lose a match, as it looks like heading towards WrestleMania, as she's going to look strong, and she's probably going to look strong even coming out of WrestleMania, as she probably will take the title off Alexa Bliss. So then after that, you know, like I said, we see Bayley and Sasha kind of have that little feud going on between each other where they're going back and forth. Hopefully soon enough we see Sasha finally turn heel on Bayley, because we've been seeing this for quite some time, and yet Sasha still has not turned heel, and we're already here in about to be March and heading towards WrestleMania season. So what a perfect time, right? I guess. Then we see John Cena comes out tonight, and did we not predict this? Did not a lot of people? I'm not gonna be the one that says like, oh, I predicted this. There's been a lot of speculation on this happening. John Cena, before the Elimination Chamber, was talking about his road to WrestleMania. He said, if I don't win the Elimination Chamber, I may not have a road to WrestleMania. So, you know, that was kind of obvious that he wasn't going to win. A lot of people were predicting that he was going to go up against Undertaker at WrestleMania. Is it going to happen? What do you guys think? I think there's still a very good possibility that that's the match that we're going to get. But tonight, great promo work by John Cena as always. You know, he's such a great person on the mic. People will disagree. Some people say, you know, he's great on the mic, he's not good in the ring. But anyways, Cena came out tonight and he cut a promo. He kind of exposed some of the secrets, right? He exposed some of the rumors that were going around of Undertaker versus John Cena at WrestleMania. And he says, you know, I may not have a road to WrestleMania. But then he comes out and says, I figured it out. I know where my road to WrestleMania is. I know how I'm going to get to WrestleMania. He says, I'm going to challenge The Undertaker. Huge pop from the crowd. Everyone cheers it. Big reaction. You know, everyone thinking, okay, the rumors are true. It is John Cena versus Undertaker. But what I like what they did tonight was they had John Cena come out and say he challenged The Undertaker. But then right after the huge pop and the atmosphere exploded for John Cena versus Undertaker, he says, you know, but I've been told that match is impossible. So then there's a huge awe in the crowd that Cena and Undertaker might not happen. I still think it is going to happen. I still think that match is just being kind of, it's WWE trying to swerve its audience as they try to get everyone to think that John Cena isn't going to go against The Undertaker. You know, let's get that rumor out of the way and let's act like it's not going to happen. But I feel like couple of weeks towards Mania, we'll probably see Undertaker appear, as John Cena's still trying to figure out a road to WrestleMania. But before that, it looks like what John Cena comes out tonight and says, I'll be on SmackDown Live, and that's where I'll find my road to WrestleMania. So tomorrow night, we'll see John Cena. I don't know. You tell me, guys. What are your thoughts on John Cena going to SmackDown? You think he's going to find a WrestleMania opponent? I just don't imagine anyone on SmackDown, you know, not that they're not worthy enough to have a match with Cena, but I just don't know if anyone's going to have, you know, a good caliber WrestleMania match that's going to have chemistry with Cena and that's going to make sense starting a feud with him. You know, they're not just going to throw John Cena in a random match. I still think they're going to have Undertaker come out. I imagine that Cena's going to be on SmackDown tomorrow. He's going to be talking about his road to WrestleMania, as he has been recently. And he's just not going to figure it out. You know, he's not going to have an opponent. I don't see him joining AJ Styles and Shinsuke. You know, that's like Brock and Roman Reigns. Those matches I feel like are solidified. Those are now in the coffin matches. Those are going to happen for sure, just the way they are. And there's no changing it. That's what I would see. You know, that's what I think. So that's my thoughts. You know, I think Cena will be on SmackDown. He won't figure it out. I say maybe 2 weeks before Mania, Undertaker, you know, the bell will toll as Cena's in the ring talking about his road to WrestleMania again, and we'll see Undertaker have that stare down with Cena. Hopefully we don't see the cliche look to the sign and, you know, that's it, let's walk home, let's go get dinner, let's call it a night, and that's our WrestleMania match. That's our feud. Hopefully we get something better than that. But, you know, a lot of people don't know if Undertaker's coming back. There's been a lot of rumors. It's almost like 50-50. You know, there's people saying that Undertaker's done. You know, at WrestleMania 33, he came out, he put his hat in the ring. At the end of the match, he lost to Roman Reigns. He put Roman Reigns over. That's his second time losing at WrestleMania. He put his hat, his jacket in the ring. He put his gloves in the ring. The next night on Raw, Raw after Mania, we saw the crowd chant Undertaker for over like 2-3 minutes. Huge respect. It was a very emotional moment for a lot of wrestling fans. And, you know, you thought that's everything, Undertaker. He's ridden off into the sunset, as they say on, like, the Raw, what is it? Raw, or not Raw, WWE 24 or something, where they have the documentary styles on the WWE Network. So it's, I don't know. I imagine that Undertaker's not done. There's been rumors like on Instagram that Michelle McCool has posted Undertaker working out. He dyed his hair again. It looks like all the signs are pointing towards Undertaker not being done. I know in that documentary of WrestleMania 33 on WWE Network, he mentioned that his biggest fear is he doesn't want to be a parody of himself. And maybe he wasn't happy with the match he had with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania last year. So maybe he wants to come back for one more. And it's been rumored that, he has been wanting to face John Cena for the past couple of WrestleManias, but it's always been pushed off. And I think this is a perfect year for it, as Cena's getting up there in age, but Undertaker's really up there in age, Some people would wish that Undertaker just retired. Yeah, I could see that. I would understand that Undertaker should be retired. The last WrestleMania matches he's been in, he's been slower. The age is kicking up to him, But if the match between Cena and Undertaker is going to happen, why not let it happen, There's no one else for Cena out there, no one for Undertaker. Just put the two against each other. Make a storyline. Talk about how the first night John Cena made his debut against Kurt Angle, he had a match with Kurt. He won. He goes backstage, gets the handshake from the Undertaker, kind of passing the torch to him, even though the Undertaker had a lot more years left in him that we didn't know about. But yeah, you could have set up a feud there. Just two big legends going at it, two future Hall of Famers. That would be great. So we see that John Cena promo. Of course, John Cena's decent on the mic, great on the mic, not just more than decent. He's great on the mic. He did a great promo tonight. And then we see Bray Wyatt go up against, Rhino and Slater. Not going against jobbers, but I guess you'd say they're jobbers, right? They jobbed to Bray Wyatt tonight in a handicap style match. So they were definitely trying to make Bray Wyatt look strong tonight. I'm not exactly sure what they keep doing with this, man. Matt Hardy, the Woken gimmick, and Bray Wyatt. It seems like they're almost pushing this match to head towards Mania. Like this is going to be the rematch, and they're going to have the deletion style match over there. But at the same time, it's like they're not giving them enough time on screen. It seems like WWE is not trying, and I think that our audience can see it. Let me know if you guys agree with that. I just feel like they're not giving him enough time, and they're not really being creative with the writing. Maybe they're not giving Hardy, like I said in the past, enough freedom to write his stories with this, or Bray. They're not giving them enough freedom. So we see Bray win this match like in less than 5 minutes. Then we see Bray Wyatt sort of call out Hardy, saying, "Look what you made me do to these guys. I want you." I guess that's trying to building them up. Are we going to see this on the pre-show of WrestleMania? Are we going to see this on the card of WrestleMania? Are we not even going to see this at WrestleMania? Is this going to be something they settle on Monday Night Raw? Who knows? So then after that, we see The Miz cut a promo in the middle of the ring, and The Miz is great on promos again. There's going to be a lot of promos tonight, guys. There was actually a lot of promos. Decent promos, but it was a night of promos again on Monday Night Raw. A night of promos, commercials, and few matches. We saw The Miz cut a promo about his Intercontinental title, talking about how it's the most prestigious title on the roster in the WWE. He talks about how in a couple of days, I think it was his 62 days, he will be the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in total number of days, passing, who was that he was going to pass? Pedro Morales or something like that? I believe that's who it was, who has like 619 days, I believe, as Intercontinental Champion total. So The Miz is like 62 days away from passing him up. That means he'd have to win at WrestleMania and hold the title for a little longer than that to pass that, which I feel like they could do that. They definitely could do that for The Miz. I could imagine that happening. As they break records all the time here in the WWE. They're always bringing up records, the first time evers, right? I could see that happening, as I've heard rumors that they are planning on pushing The Miz. So why not make him the greatest Intercontinental Champion in WWE, right? By making him the longest reigning champion ever. So that's he cuts that promo. Then we hear him say, Kurt Angle said tonight that I'm gonna go up against an opponent, and that opponent may be my opponent for WrestleMania. So then we hear Seth's music hit, and we get a match between Seth versus The Miz. And it's kind of confusing. Even the commentators seem confused by this. They didn't mention if this is like a qualifying match for Seth Rollins to get into a Intercontinental title match at WrestleMania. It seemed like that's what they were talking about. We see Seth versus The Miz. Seth Rollins wins this clean, and then Seth celebrating. The commentator is saying, well, does that mean Seth Rollins versus The Miz is a WrestleMania 34 match? Then during Seth Rollins' celebration, we see Finn Balor come out and interrupt him. A little bit more confusion there now. You know, what the hell's going on? We got Seth, who just beat The Miz, and now all of a sudden we come back from commercial break and we got The Miz versus Finn Balor right after the match that he just had with Seth Rollins. And then Finn Balor beats The Miz. What does this mean for WrestleMania? Does it mean a triple threat we see at WrestleMania with Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor versus The Miz? If so, I'm sure that'll be a great match. But was tonight's booking the right way to go? Was it the only way to go? Obviously not. But could they have done better? I think so. I don't know what they were aiming for tonight with this. You know, obviously The Miz was not going to beat Finn Balor after just losing to Seth Rollins. Maybe that's a build up towards the storyline of Triple H and Kurt Angle. You know, so Triple H can come out and say, you know, Kurt, you're losing your mind. You're out here stumbling over your words. You're out here making matches against The Miz, and he's getting screwed over, and now he has a triple threat match or something. Is that what they're doing? I don't know. Is it just terrible booking by WWE? Who knows? I guess we'll find out heading more towards WrestleMania, but that's what we see with the Intercontinental title picture. Seth Rollins again tonight, guys. I won't skip this over because Seth Rollins has been great on Monday Night Raw. Raw is Rollins, and he's living up to the word. He's living up to that statement because he's coming out on Raw. He's performing well. He's putting his body on the line like crazy, doing those dives outside. He's doing great maneuvers. Seth's doing great. He's just very athletic, and he's showing the fans what kind of caliber he can be and why he should be in the main event picture. Will he be in the main event picture heading towards Mania? Obviously not. Roman versus Brock is solidified. That's going to be the match for WrestleMania 34. That's the main event. But as the rumors have said, I believe it's true. Seth Rollins will get his push after post-WrestleMania. I think that's where we see Rollins get his push so he can go against Roman Reigns. Maybe he'll turn heel again. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a face-to-face type of confrontation feud. Who knows? But then we get... Rollins performed well tonight, and he's doing great coming out here. Like I said, he's probably just not going to get a push, though, till after Mania. It looks like it. I don't imagine him winning at WrestleMania if they're going to do this Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins versus The Miz for the Intercontinental title. I imagine The Miz wins. You know, he goes on to pursue that longest reigning Intercontinental champion. I could see that happening. I don't see Seth winning unless they're going to try to do some Seth Rollins holds the Intercontinental title as Roman Reigns holds the Universal Championship, and they kind of try to do the undisputed title that never happened between the Intercontinental title and the Universal Championship title. Is that where they're aiming? I don't know. I feel like The Miz is going to retain at WrestleMania. I know it's a big, bold prediction, and it's early, but WWE is sometimes very predictable. You know, you can see it from a mile away. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do y'all agree? Do y'all disagree? So we see that, like I said, we saw Finn come out. He had a match with The Miz. He won that, and then after that, I believe we got Roman Reigns, right? We see Roman Reigns. I think that's what happened. We see Roman Reigns come out there, and he has a promo. Like I said, guys, tonight was a night for promos and a night for commercials, as always. We saw Roman Reigns go out there, and in my opinion, I know a lot of people don't like Roman Reigns. I know a lot of people think he sucks on the mic. I'm there with you. You know, Roman Reigns isn't always great on the mic, but tonight he brought it. I thought tonight he came out and he cut a promo on Brock Lesnar. You know, there was rumors that Brock Lesnar was going to be there. I think even the commentators were saying early on in the show that Brock Lesnar will be here tonight to be face to face with Roman Reigns. This might have been like a late maybe they found this out late that Brock Lesnar wasn't going to come. What was the reason? Who knows? Maybe there's going to be a bunch of rumors and dirt sheets, I'm sure, all over talking about why Brock Lesnar wasn't on Monday Night Raw this week. But Roman Reigns picked up on the situation, and if this was like a last minute change, well then perfect, man. Maybe Roman Reigns is just scripted too hard. Maybe that's why a lot of people on the roster can't cut promos that well. Maybe yeah, like I said, maybe Roman's being scripted too hard, because tonight, if that was the last minute promo he came up with, he did a hell of a job. He came out there and he said, I want Brock Lesnar and I'm gonna get him at WrestleMania. Started the promo off a little slow, but then it got like deep, and it got to that point where I really like it, because he goes out there and he says, you know what, a lot of people in the back, they might not like what I'm about to say, but I don't like Brock Lesnar. I don't respect him. He went out there and he says, you know, Brock Lesnar, he's sort of like this guy who gets this huge contract, and he's like he's sort of handed opportunities, and he says, and me and nobody in the back of the locker room like that, you know. He doesn't work his ass off every day like we do. So, you know, Roman Reigns kind of being the leader of the locker room, standing up for the locker room, really sounded pretty badass, man. He went out there and cut a promo talking about how he's gonna handle Brock, and he went out there and called Brock a bitch. You know, he said, I'm not scared of that bitch. You know, when Roman Reigns cusses, it's sometimes funny how they try to throw that in there every once in a while, because it doesn't sometimes sound genuine. But tonight, it sounded genuine, man. This guy went out there and he cut a decent promo, in my opinion, and he called out Brock. And he said, one of the big things that stood out was, he said, Brock Lesnar was out with the owner of the UFC, Dana White. And that shows you that he doesn't care about this company or you, the fans. And that was a good statement right there, man. Love it from Roman Reigns tonight. He brought it tonight on the promo, I think. Of course, it wasn't. I mean, it was like a pipe bombs type of style, but it wasn't no CM Punk pipe bomb. But for Roman Reigns, a guy who's usually not that great on the mic, I thought that was pretty good. Okay, and to the next segment, we see The Bar versus Titus Worldwide, guys. How many times do we see this? You know, we've seen this over and over again, where The Bar is in a match against Titus Worldwide. Tonight, they try to put a twist on it, saying it was a 2 out of 3 falls match. I don't even know if this was put on the app or on WWE.com or maybe one of their social medias, that this was a title match. All of a sudden, I heard that this was going to be a title match. Titus Worldwide versus Sheamus and Cesaro, 2 out of 3 falls match. It ends up being just another match where we don't get much out of it. All we learn is that, you know, Apollo's very athletic and he's not getting pushed, right? Then we see Sheamus and Cesaro win. They sweep them 2-0. A very pointless match, you know. What is this going to do? I guess the promo after was the more important part of that, because Sheamus and Cesaro cut a promo after the match, and they talk about how... am I playing the intro? Sorry, guys, I might be playing the intro. Oh, okay, I'm not. My bad. But yeah, we see Sheamus and Cesaro cut a promo after their match, and they talk about how there's nobody left. You know, they beat the New Day back when they were on Raw. They beat Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. They've beat just tons of people that have been on the tag team division, the Hardys. They just name dropped a bunch of people. The only person we didn't hear that they name dropped was the Revival, because they haven't had a match against them, and I don't believe they have. Maybe I missed it, but maybe I don't remember it. But as of I know, I don't think they've had a match with the Revival. The injuries, you know, cost them, and the Revival's push. But maybe since the Revival has been back, they're gonna finally give them that push, and we could see Sheamus Cesaro versus the Revival, which I think would be a hell of a match. You know, we got two tag teams that are heavy brawlers. They could they're tough sons of bitches. You know, they could have a great match at WrestleMania. Maybe that's the title match we see at WrestleMania. I thought we were definitely going to see them come out as they were, you know, cutting a promo in the middle of the ring. But I can understand WWE doesn't want to rush things. You know, we've seen a lot of hints towards WrestleMania tonight. You could almost get a sense of the WrestleMania card for Monday Night Raw already. We'll talk about that later. We'll go through that in a bit. But as of the tag team division, yeah, I think it's heading towards the Revival versus Sheamus and Cesaro the Bar. We could see that. I think that'd be awesome, right? If y'all disagree, let me know. What else did we see tonight? After this segment, what did we see? Let's see. I got a couple notes here. Strowman versus Elias. Yeah. Okay, man. We're approaching the end of Monday Night Raw already. So we saw Strowman versus Elias in a match that was, I guess you'd say, kind of pointless. I don't know. Didn't they already have this match? Maybe not. I think they did. Or they had a segment together. Just kind of a little match between Strowman and Elias. Kind of shows you that they don't know what to do with these two guys. They're both over with the crowd. They just kind of put them together. Maybe we're going to see a match between them at WrestleMania. A no-holds-barred style match. a Falls Count Anywhere match at WrestleMania? Is this going to be a pre-show match? Is this going to kick off WrestleMania? You know, maybe that's where we see them. There was a lot of rumors that Strowman could have been the tag team partner for Ronda Rousey. Doesn't look like it's going that way right now. It looks like we might see Kurt Angle versus Ronda Rousey. I mean, Kurt Angle. We might see Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Are we gonna see that? I don't know. But we're looking at a couple different things, like you know, Cesaro and Sheamus. They had their issue, but with the whole Strowman alliance, it seems like they don't know what to do with them. It seems like they just kind of put them together. Like I said, man, are they gonna have them at WrestleMania 34 in some like no DQ style match? That seems like the way they're going. It's kind of sad that, you know, Elias has been cheered by the fans. He's over with the fans. We've seen Strowman over with the fans, and this is the match they're gonna get at WrestleMania possibly. Who knows? Maybe they'll change it up. But that's, you know, everyone's getting opportunities. But Strowman and Elias, who are two guys that are very over with the fans, are looking to be shit on at WrestleMania not by the fans, but by bad booking in the WWE. So yeah, you know, is that where they're going with that? I don't know. They had tonight at the end of their match, Elias pulled out the fire extinguisher on Strowman to get disqualified. So that's what kind of gave me the idea, you know, is this what's leading to a no disqualification? Are they going to go at each other? You know, they had Strowman hitting Elias with that big instrument 2 weeks ago. They showed the promos of that. They kept going over that. You know, Elias brings out the fire extinguisher. Maybe a no holds barred at WrestleMania. I don't know. Let me know what you guys' predictions on what's going to happen between Elias and Braun Strowman. Are we going to see them in a match at WrestleMania? Are they going to make the card? Are they going to be just throwing on the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale? That would suck. You know, hopefully not. So we also see a limo approach as Strowman's chasing Elias backstage. He doesn't ever catch him. He just kind of stops chasing him and just yells. A limo kind of approaches. Braun doesn't really acknowledge it. He just kind of leaves the shot. That was, I guess, their way of transitioning to the next segment, which was Triple H, the Authority, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon coming out, which gave me just feels of like, man, the Authority back in Daniel Bryan, the whole situation, man. I used to hate whenever we'd see the Authority come out every Monday Night Raw, start off every Monday Night Raw the same way. It was a drag, but tonight we see Triple H and Stephanie McMahon come out. They say, you know, Kurt was dealing with pneumonia now, and with the flu as well, and he was sick. That's why he didn't. He said lies, and he wasn't telling the truth. Then they call him out. They say, Kurt, come out. Out comes Ronda Rousey. She comes out pissed off, running to the ring. Looks like she's gonna take out Stephanie or something. Stephanie McMahon and Triple H get out of the ring. Then we see Kurt Angle try to stop Ronda. He says, "Hey, Ronda. Let me tell you something. Yesterday night, I was lying. I had pneumonia. I had the flu." Kurt Angle's, man, his acting isn't up there, man. Kurt Angle's acting is pretty bad. Like I say, maybe it's just heavy scripting on him, but not great acting by Kurt Angle. We see Ronda Rousey tonight. She did a little better tonight, man. I think she had a little bit more charisma. As of late, I feel like she's not very charismatic. She doesn't show that she's ready to be a performer in the WWE when it comes to the whole acting part. But hopefully she proves us wrong. Hopefully she gets better. Tonight she did pretty decent on looking like she was pissed off and she was bound for revenge. You know, she was going to pull Stephanie McMahon's arm out of her socket, as she said. A weird ending tonight, though, right? Like, we see Ronda Rousey tell Stephanie, well, if he was lying, then explain the slap, Stephanie. And if that's the case, I want an apology. So Stephanie McMahon apologizes to Ronda Rousey, and then they're just walking out of the ring. I thought some shit was about to go down. You know, I thought they were gonna have Ronda Rousey attack Stephanie, or Stephanie was just gonna slap the hell out of Ronda Rousey again. But no, they're about to walk out, and then we see a very delicate hit by Triple H on Kurt Angle. He barely like taps him on the shoulder, but Kurt sells it anyways, and we see Triple H just end the show that way. You know, he hits Kurt Angle, and that's how they end the show. Very cliffhanger, very bad booking. It seemed like WWE didn't really have a great script tonight. It seemed like they kind of rushed things, like they weren't looking to, like I said, I think what the problem is I'm not sure if Ronda Rousey is meant to, I'm not meant, but I don't know if it was a good time to bring in Ronda Rousey into the WWE. I know they've just been wanting. She's a big money draw, so right in their eyes she is. But as we saw with the Elimination Chamber tickets, I mean, that didn't really help when they put her on the card. There were still rumors that they still had to make offers of buy ticket, get one free at Elimination Chamber, just because Ronda Rousey wasn't that much of a buyout. But my point is that, like, you know, since Ronda Rousey's coming into WWE a few weeks to WrestleMania, they're forcing her once again, another superstar, upon the WWE fans, and I feel like that's a bad startup, man. You know, I feel like the fans are eventually going to turn on her, especially if she doesn't show up in the ring, she doesn't show up on the mic, she doesn't show up charismatically. Then the fans are going to turn on her, and we're going to be looking at another superstar that's getting booed, almost like a Roman Reigns. But who knows? I just feel like them bringing Ronda Rousey into WWE so soon and kind of just forcing her right into WrestleMania, I don't know if it's working out. You know, they're kind of, you can tell they're being booked, kind of forcing a storyline to happen where they're bringing up WrestleMania 31, which was like how many years ago? 3 years ago, maybe, almost 3 years ago. So they're bringing up the past, saying that they're trying to get revenge on Ronda Rousey for what she did to them at WrestleMania 31. Man, just a bad ending tonight. You know, tonight was, like I said, a lot of commercials, a lot of promos. We got a clearer image going into WrestleMania season. Going towards the road to WrestleMania, we get a clearer image for the Raw roster. My first reaction or instinct to this, though, guys, is that SmackDown looks like they're going to get overshadowed again. It looks like SmackDown's not going to have all their matches or feuds broadcast on WWE WrestleMania. It looks like last year, I believe it was the Usos that did not get to defend their tag team titles on at WrestleMania. You know, what? Like a title, they hold these titles throughout the year. They defend them, and what, you don't put every single title on the card. You know, but yet we have like John Cena and The Miz, or John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice. I know it's John Cena and The Miz, but like my point is that aren't you supposed to build your champions to be champions? You know, they are the top stars of those divisions, but yet you didn't have the Usos at WrestleMania defend their championships, not even on the pre-show. So, or I don't think it was on the pre-show. Maybe it was on the pre-show, but I don't know. Point is that this should have been on the main card. Terrible booking. So what I think is we're seeing a lot of these feuds. I mean, look at what we have for WrestleMania possibly now. I mean, if we're making bold predictions already, we're seeing for sure Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar as the main event of WrestleMania 34. We're seeing Shinsuke versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania 34 for the WWE Championship. We're seeing Alexa Bliss defend her Raw Women's Championship against Asuka. And then we're seeing Bayley versus Sasha possibly. Then we're seeing The Bar versus maybe The Revival. Who knows? Then we're possibly seeing Strowman versus Elias. I don't know. Maybe not. We're possibly seeing The Miz, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins in a triple threat match for the Intercontinental title. Then we're seeing the Cruiserweight division, the whole 18-man tournament culminating at WrestleMania. We're going to have to see, like, I hope we're going to see the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Are we going to see that? Are we going to see the United States Championship defended? You know, like, how am I going to say this? I can't get the feel but think that WrestleMania 34 is going to kind of be Raw overshadowing SmackDown once again, as it is the A show, as they say. So that, I mean, we got a lot of type of I guess you'd say early type of predictions heading to Mania. We got a couple of hints heading towards Mania. A lot of things were revealed tonight on Monday Night Raw. It's like right after Elimination Chamber, they jumped into WrestleMania time. And maybe since SmackDown has Fastlane coming up, they're just waiting for Fastlane to end, and then they'll jump into all the predictions. The build-ups towards Mania for SmackDown. Maybe that's what's holding up SmackDown a bit, that they have one more pay-per-view left. But I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys thought on Monday Night Raw tonight. I don't got much else to say. This wasn't one of the greatest Monday Night Raws. I think it was kind of a drag. We saw a lot of build-up towards Mania, like I said, but we saw a lot of promos, commercials, and not that many matches. Let me know what you guys think of Monday Night Raw. Leave your comments below. If you're watching this not live, you can always tune in to me guys live. Monday Night Raw, I will be live right after Monday Night Raw on Mondays. Tuesdays, I'll be live after SmackDown Live. Saturdays, you'll find me live at 9 o'clock Central with my partner, Nate, who is my co-host, and we're going to be on here talking for the show called Showstoppers, and we're going to be talking about news, rumors, and predictions, and all that good kind of stuff right there. And Sundays, you'll find me talking about a pay-per-view if there's a pay-per-view. That's all for me, guys. I mean, let me know what you guys thought about Raw tonight. I want to know your predictions. If it was up to me to rate Raw out of 5 stars, I'd probably give it, man, 2 out of 5 stars. Not one of the greatest Raws. It was kind of poor. If you guys disagree, let me know. Feel free. I want to hear from you guys. I want to interact with you all. Let me know. That's all for me, guys. I don't think I'm missing out on anything else that happened tonight. I think I got through everything, right? Monday Night Raw was kind of a bummer tonight, but we saw a couple of good things out of tonight. It wasn't the worst. I won't be that negative on y'all. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been the World of Wrestling Show with your host, Jake Randy. Like I said, subscribe, hit the bell so you know next time when I go live. If you believe in the potential in this channel, subscribe today. Follow us. I have a Twitter account now for the channel. I think it's TWOW Show. That's where you can find us on Twitter. I'll be posting up on there. I just created the account, trying to build up the channel still. Hit the subscribe button, guys. I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you guys tomorrow, matter of fact, for SmackDown Live, for the SmackDown review. Thanks for tuning in for anyone who tuned in, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Signing off.